Recording? Yeah. Hi, I am Elohim, a magic worker, healer, and tarotist, author of Manifestation Magic 21 Rituals, Spells, and Amulets for Abundance, Prosperity, and Well-being. If you didn't see the other video, I recommend you go back and try to see it. I will try to put the link below or up or in some place. And in this video, I go to talk about gods and goddesses related with money, energy, and abundance. If you see the other video, you understand that when we speak about magic, abundance, prosperity, these are different conceptions. Prosperity is this concept. It's literally the concept of feel prosperous, or feel satisfied. It's the feeling of satisfaction in your own life. Abundance is everything can be abundant, or everything can lack of something. You can be abundant of love, lovers, friends, abundant of work. You can be abundant of sickness. You can be abundant of illness. You can be abundant of books. You can be abundant of information. You can be abundant of wisdom. Abundance is a more general topic, so we should try to avoid the word abundance, or we never should be asking for abundance if we are not very specific about the things that we are asking for. If you are a new one in magic and sorcery, I recommend to ask for abundance, ask for prosperity, ask for opportunities to grow up your negotiations, your money, your work, your local store. Ask for new opportunities to bring money or more sources of money for you. New work, new job, new transformation in the place. Don't ask for abundance, especially if you are in a feeling of lackness. If you feel that you are lacking of something, you are lacking of money, you are lacking of love in your life, and from that perception, from that feeling, you are asking for abundance, your mind is in a place where it feels this is lackness. I lack on this. I'm sad. I am depressed for this because I don't have this. When you ask for that from that feeling, this is not resolved very well. You just continue bringing more of that. That is what happens. This is what I call the bypass in the magical community. Most of the times we are always doing the spell work for money, charge these amulets for money, charge this spell work for money, use these seeds for money, use these candles for money, use this bath for money. We create all kind of rituals, spells, amulets, signs, seals for money, and we continue doing it. But we continue doing it from the lackness. So the spell work is working very well, but the food that you're putting in there is not really working. So it's just a car, but don't have any oil in there. It's essentially something like that. I speak more about that topic in the other video. In this video, I go to focus more in gods and goddesses. When we in general, in plural, we work on magic to bring money or abundance or prosperity to the world. It's two sources of magic in a literal conception. For some groups of people, all arguments and points of view are totally valid. No one here is the real ultimate witch who knows everything. For a group of people, magic is something that comes from you, is an expression of your energy that comes literally from you and comes from inside out and express or manifest in a way. For other group of people, is something that comes from outside and you just learn how to control it, like water or air or fire. It's something that is out of your body and you have control of them. Usually, this group of people who think that magic is something more external, in general aspect, or at least from my experience, torn in this group of people when they have many years of experience. It's difficult to see someone who is in this group and continuing in that group for 20 or 30 years, not because they are incorrect, it's just a different point of view. I am of the part of the group of people that we believe that magic is in everywhere and we can find different sources of energy. when you find a source of energy, you bring energy from there. For example, for common social reasons, magic now in these times is more related with the moon. It's everything about the moon, the lunar phases, the moon goddess. It's a total approach about the LGBTQ community that feels so misunderstood for the society, that feels like a minority. So it's related with the aspect of the moon. The sun is lighting every day. It has a lot of light. It's shining every day. And the moon is just from time to time and just take a little moment in the night to shine and just disappear for the next hours. So minorities always feel more comfortable with this conception, correct? It's a social construct. The sun continues shining there. And the moon, the light of the moon, yeah, is powerful. It's a powerful source of energy. And has a very interesting fact that we will to say later, but it's important always remember the moon, the energy, the light that you see in the moon is a reflection of the sun. Which is the important aspect here, that the sun is like pure fire. It's like the volcano. It's a lot of fire, passion, and power that is very complicated to use in your favor. The moon is more like the fire that you have very controlled in a place. It's like a little fireplace that you have in your home or in your garden. It's something that you have more control. It's something from where you can bring the light, you can bring the warmth, you can put your food in there. It's something more comfortable. It's something that is, in some aspects, made you feel like you are in control because it's smaller than the sun, it's smaller than the volcano, but at the same time continue being fire. You can continue being born in there. That's the aspect of the moon. It's part of this same energy, but it's in some way purified. It's like a filter of magic. That is a source. So some magicians use commonly in these times the moon as a source of energy. In witchcraft, we work most of the time in the night. It's where everybody is sleeping, everybody else. They are sleeping or they are not under control because they are tired. It's the hour of the night. They are sleeping or they are watching TV. They are with their family, so they are not like catching around what is happening. They are more relaxed, so you can have a powerful influence over them in that moment. Technically, their auras are resting because they are tired of the day. While the day, the sun is a lot of energy and it's everything in the light, so we try to avoid this kind of magic, in some ways magic in public, like magic in events, these kind of things. That is the sun. You can work with the moon, you can work with the sun. Magicians, many magicians or witches decide to focus for personal reasons in different kinds of magic. Some groups of people or magicians decide to focus in just using magic from crystals and gems and minerals. Other group of people just decide to focus in herbs and flowers and oils. And in this end, this continuing magic from the earth, correct? Fire is used in the candles. Air is these magicians and witches who prefer use magic with, who work with air magic. This amazing, beautiful witch, Astrea Taylor, who is incredibly smart, also the author of Intuitive Witchcraft, a wonderful book that I always recommend. She wrote a whole book called Air Magic that you should be reading now because it's blow mind in many aspects. So you have a source of energy. I can forget when I am speaking because I speak so much that I always forget where I was. And I don't have any script around because I don't like scripts. So you choose a source of energy and use that source of energy to bring magic or use that magic in some way. Most of the source of energy and source of magic and sorcery can be very eclectic, can be very versatile, and you can use this energy in so many ways. But can be some limitations. For example, I do not recommend use fire magic for protection. I personally do not recommend it for many reasons. I do not recommend use water magic for love, for example. but you can find many ways to work with water magic. Like for example, in the you can find not just spell casting. You can find rituals and ceremonies to honor the nature, to honor yourself, to connect with nature and to connect with the elements, to find wisdom and knowledgement. Books about it are from Angwin Avalon and Lily Dorsey, Water Magic and Water Witchcraft and Water Magic. They wrote these amazing books about that aspect, about focusing, use water magic like a source, individual source of magic. Magicians use these different sources for different purposes. You have a source. This is from where it has the magic. Can be myself, can be the sun, can be the moon, can be the elements, can be fairies, can be gods, can be goddesses, can be angels. This is the source, and also it has a purpose, a goal. Is where I'm trying to put that energy that I bring from the source, and I am the filter in the middle. So I bring the energy from here, I pass for myself, for my mindset, for my body, for my actions, and then turn all of this energy from this source in this goal, in this purpose. I'm trying to put all the effort here. Which is my purpose? Have money. Which is my purpose? Have a lover. Which is my purpose? Have health. Which is my purpose? Destroy the world. Which is my purpose? Wherever. That is a purpose. So I have a source of magic. I am the filter. Here is the goal. In every aspect of magic is very similar. You have a source, you have a filter in the middle, you have a source. You are the ritual. You are the ritual in the middle. All the elements that we put in there, the candles, the elements, the respiration, the breathing work. I think that the word respiration don't exist. The breath work, the exercise, the circle, all of this is to defend one important ultimate element in the ritual. That is you, because you are the ritual. All the construct around is to force yourself, to focus yourself, and use yourself like a filter to bring the energy from the source to the purpose. Correct? Money magic. We has many sources. And all of this topic, all of this conversation, I made it very long. A very long introduction because I like when you find all of this information that you can also use in other aspects of magic, because everything that I'm saying here before this moment, before this minute, you can use it for other kinds of magic, for protection, for love, for example, for has better notes, results in your examples or tests in the school, acknowledgement and understanding in some ways. So, in money magic, for economical reasons, you have many sources of magic. You can use yourself. Which is the problem when you use yourself to bring magic? That your body has a lot of energy, correct? It's better being the filter and bring energy from outside and move the energy in another way. I take the energy from here, I pass for my body, and I put the energy there. That's my purpose. It's better do that than use the same energy that I have in my body, because it's the energy that you use for all the functions of your organs. It's the energy that you use not to keep young, but to feel comfortable, to feel healthy, to feel safe, to don't feel tired all day. You see these witches that are always, I'm not trying to throw any bad example here about someone in specific, but many times I see, you don't see, I see personally these witches who are, I don't need use magic from outside. I use my own energy. I am my source of energy. I don't need the sun, I don't need the moon, I don't need the gods, I don't need anything else, but they are always tired. They feel not depressed, but they feel like angry. They feel angry. They are always like in defense. You say something to them and they attack you immediately. It's because they are stressed, because they don't have energy in their bodies, they don't feel well. It's similar when you do exercise. You can be tired, you do all the exercise, but in a moment of the exercise you are so tired that you just continue doing it, and you're happy like, okay, I'm tired, I'm dying, probably tomorrow all my body will feel horrible, but let me continue, I'm very close to finish. That happens. I have that sensation when I walk mountains. I like to do that, and it's a moment in the process where you're starting to feel like, I am so tired, I have 4 hours walking, I don't have more water, I am so tired, I'm dying, and it's other 2 hours, but I did the first 4 hours, so I can reach these other 2. and you just continue working because you are in the middle of the process. It's something like that. You have some humor in your body, you have some good energy, you are in good mood because your body feels tired, but your mind is relaxing for all the, I don't know the names in English, but you have all of this chemical composition in your brain working very well to make you feel better, to make you feel good, to make you feel happy. So you are physically tired, but your mind is in another place. That happens. It's the same with magic. You throw all your energy there and then you are very tired. When you use a different source of energy, this works very well. So, also the source of energy sometimes are unconscious. Crystal gems, rocks, oils, herbs, flowers, candles. Candles are not a source of energy, are an instrument, a tool that you use to focus and activate the energy there. Or conscious sources, as conscious source can be a god, an angel, a spirit, a ghost, someone, literally someone from this plane or another who brings you energy to this ritual. For example, I sit down alone to do this ritual, but I'm not conjuring anyone. There is not any spirit present in the place. I'm using my energy in this ritual. I will feel tired, and probably my energy is not enough to complement some purpose. Not all, but some purpose can require lots of energy and lots of work. If I sit down with my group, with my coven, I am a child of 13 years or 14, and I sit down in this park to recreate some goods. And I sit down with my friends, 2 or 3 of them in a circle, and we take our hands and we cast this ritual, and we have all the elements, the cauldron, the candles, everything else, and we are trying to create a purpose. We have focused our minds in something specific. We are together and we are doing a very nice ritual in the nature, but we don't conjure something, we don't invite any energy to the ritual or to the circle. We are using our own energy there. So it's all this energy trying to focus in just one purpose. It can be complicated, but it's not impossible. When you have a source of energy that is conscious, a god or a goddess, it's a way to confide and trust and make easier the work. Okay, I have all of this energy, I bring these offerings to you, I invite you to my circle, probably you don't need my permission, you are a god, to be clear. But I'm inviting you because I'm kind, I recognize your greatness, I recognize with my humility, I recognize your power, your presence. You are a all ancient manifestation of the power of the universe in this earth. You were venerated for my ancestors, probably. So I recognize that greatness in you. So I invite you to my circle. Let me work with you. I will be honored to work with you. And in that way, we can find a common goal. I'm bringing you these offerings. You give me this in change. It's a very nice negotiation. It's a work, like being lovers. We are in a negotiation. I give you this, you give me that, we feel comfortable in that. It's something like that, correct? That is how our relationships work most of the time. In the ritual, we do that. Now, if I want to focus in money magic specifically, like I say, I like to put all of this information because you can use it in any other ways. It's very nice. I think that is very nice, not just focusing, this is money magic, this is money magic, this is how money magic. I like give you information that you can use in other goals. You can use most of the information that I just can give you in a love ritual or a spell for protection, for example. Protection spell, for example. So I want to focus on money magic now, correct? I need to work with a god or goddess or angel related with money or related with abundance. So what I need to do, I need first create a relationship. I can come and just knock the door of my neighbor and say, give me a cake and give me a coffee. Who are you? Who cares? Give me a cake and give me coffee. Why? Because I am Elohim? No. This is my home, this is my house, I am the neighbor, I am the owner of this place. I decide if I want to give you the cake. I decide if I want to prepare a coffee for you. I decide if I want to have you in my home. I decide if I open the door. I have the choice to decide if I want to listen to you or not. Those are the gods and the spirit who are we working. You don't come and ask something just because you can do it. You don't create this ritual and come here, Hecate, because I want you here, I want you now, and make this spell for love for me, and I want this person in my feet because I say it. Don't work in that way. You can try it. You can really try it. Now, please expect for the results. I'm just going to say that it's a relationship, and it's very important to have a personal, spiritual, and respectful relationship with them. Something that I always recommend is before to do a spell with any god, before conjuring them, always try to create a relationship with them. Try to meet them. Try to knock the door of the neighbor and say, "Hi, I am Elohim. How are you doing? I bring you some coffee. I live in the next door. Next week, I knock your door again. And, hi, I am Elohim again. Remember, I live next to you. If you need something, I bring you today some flowers, some coffee, some cake, some wine. I'm trying to be a good neighbor. I'm trying to be able to create a negotiation here. I'm trying to be able to everything with you." That's how you create a relationship with your gods or goddess or angels. You create your altar, you invite them, you don't ask for anything. You bring them to the place and you say, "Okay, you are welcome here. Let me put some water for you. Let me put a cup of wine for you. Let me put a piece of cake for you. Oh, I bring these candies. Let me put in there for you." I try to work in this relationship with you. Yeah, maybe I'm expecting something from you in the future, but that will be in the future. For now, we are trying to be friendly. We are trying to have a very nice relation. And if this works, I confide, I trust that in the future, I don't need to make the ritual to bring anything because you will do it for yourself. I create this relationship, this very nice relationship with this goddess of money. I create the altar for her. I put all the elements for her. I put mirrors, I put candles, I put a lot of perfumes, very expensive, natural, organic, oil-made perfumes for there in the altar. I put all of that elements in the place, and I asked to her many times, "Feels welcome here, please come here, feels welcome, round around my place, walk around here, levitate, fly, wherever you want to. In this place you are welcome to stay here." And she bring me all the gifts. I catch the signs around like, "This is very unusual, I know what's spending for that." Maybe it's her who is working here. So I create a relationship where I don't need to ask because she's always there, because we have a very nice relationship together. She being a goddess knows that if she brings me some money, some good fortune, some abundance of money and opportunities to make more money, she always will have flowers, perfume, cake, very expensive wine and oils, all of that in the altar, and every time her altar is bigger and bigger and bigger. It's a relationship where we work together. So I decided to focus on gods and goddesses of money. It's very important to know the history of them. Don't just go, you can do it, but I don't recommend that you just go direct to the book and which are the goddesses and gods of money. You need to know why these gods and goddesses are related with money, work in that aspect, in that way of manifestation. All the gods and goddesses and angels are manifestation of different aspects of the universe. Try to see this cosmology like a tree. It's a very beautiful tree growing in the earth, and in the middle of the land or in the middle of an island, let this airplane pass. Breathe. During this time, just breathe. And in this tree is coming a lot of branch and leaves and flowers. And all of them are different expressions of the same tree. And the tree is an expression of the earth, of the land, of the place, of the island. It's an expression of the mother earth, of the Gaia in there. Gods, goddesses are similar, are not different to this, and they are expression. Sons and daughters are expression of the body of their fathers. They are expression, a manifestation of that. Gods and goddesses work in the same way. So I try to understand these gods and goddesses. For example, me being initiated in Lukumi, most popular gods and goddesses, or in this case, orishas, related in this field of knowledgement, related with money are Oshun, Yemaya, acting like, we can say here, comfortable, in a comfortable way, goddesses of money, in different aspects. Oshun is the river, is the sweet water. Yemaya is, I forget the word in English. Yemaya comes being the goddess of the sea, the salty water, the ocean. Are two different aspects. It's water, but two different aspects. Sweet water, salty water, river, ocean. Both are related with water. Both are feminine goddess, feminine aspects of the universe. Also, both work very well with good luck and fortune. Yemaya is, many people ask to her about money. She don't work exactly bringing money to people. She brings good fortune because why she's related with money? Because she's related with the oceans and the seas. And when the slaves comes to America in these very big ships, these ships not always bring just slaves, also bring some treasures from the old continent, from Africa. And these treasures, during the pirate era and all of these treasures come to the sea. And the folk, the lore related with Yemaya, the Pataki related with Yemaya, says that she is the owner of everything in the ocean and the sea. So it's very common that people ask to her for treasures because she will bring all of this richness, this greatness that is in her power. She is the Orisha who people ask when they are very close to the beach or the sea, oh, I want to find something, a treasure, something here, and she will help you with that work. Ocean, for another place, is more expression of money. It's more like the money that you need to have now. So she's related with money, with abundance money, with has a job, will find a very good work, has very good finance, with all of these aspects. She's not just related with that because she dresses in gold and yellow. Also, she's related with everything that is abundant of water, fertility, everything related with fertility, not just pregnant women, also plants, herbs, places where you can make food. All of these aspects of abundance are related with Oshun. So these very ancient manifestations of the sacredness, the goddesses, the money, all of this, they work in this aspect because they are related historically with money. Another example, I like so much these two examples. One is Egyptian, the other one is Japanese. Dedun. I include Dedun in my book, The Manifestation Magic, 21 Rituals, just a little chapter about him. Dedun is one of my favorite gods to work with money because I have two very nice experiences with him. No, and I am not Egyptian, not that I know. Dedun is, if you don't go to the encyclopedia, you go to the dictionary immediately. Dedun is just, it's an Egyptian god from the old kings, a god of incense, and in other books says that it's a god of money and abundance. Just that. If you go to the encyclopedia, you have a little more of information. When you go very deep in the information, in more and more books, more related with anthropology and history of Egypt, you will find that Dedun was the god of the incense, was the god of the old Egypt. He was the ruler of the land where you put the deceased kings, all the bodies of the old kings, and he was the guardian of this place. And he was the guardian of this place because in these places where people burn the incense. He was the god who rules everything related with incense. Sorry, my brain is translating all of this information. And he's the god related with all of this about incense, about the smoke, about the smell, about the money related with incense. So in a moment of the time, Egypt make a lot of money in transactions bringing by giving incense to another countries, another states, not just in Africa, also in the different places of minor Asia. So in this aspect, all of these people related who make money with the incense, who go to buy money or who go to buy incense or go to sell incense, they pray to him. So with the time, his own lore, his own folk grows, and he is starting to be a god of good fortune, because if you pray to him, for Egyptians, he was the god responsible to make that you sell or buy very good incense, that you sell all your incense and that you buy a very good incense for a very good price that you can resell in another place. So he turned in a very powerful god of abundance, money and good fortune. He passed to be just one little temple in the Death's Valley to has around 12 or 15 temples around the whole country. All of them very small, because these temples were more like the places where people just meet to make transactions about the incense. Here the gold, give me the incense, give me the frankincense, so I can, or olivanum, and I can go to another place. So this was meeting places for him. So he's a very nice example of how history affects the influence of a god, and how we can give more power to this god with the veneration, with the prayers. Now, for the other side, a very nice example is this. They are very popular. The 7 Japanese gods of good luck. The 7 Japanese gods are very interesting because one of them specifically is always confused with Buddha, and it's not Buddha. People usually call him the fat Buddha, the fatty Buddha, or that sounds a little offensive, I know, and the smiley Buddha, but it's not Buddha. It's a god of good fortune and happiness. These gods are very important in the history of money magic, because if you go to these restaurants and motels and places in Chinatown, you will find in different countries, because we have different, or in different cities, because we have different places that we call Chinatown in different countries. For example, in Venezuela we have a little district that just work like during the weekends, and the weekends just see a little Chinatown in there. They bring all of this stuff and they sell you incense, tea, flowers, fish that you can find in any other place in all the country. In Argentina they have one, in Colombia they have one, in Peru they have one, in the United States we have Chinatown in New York, we have a Chinatown in LA, we have a Chinatown in San Francisco, we have a Chinatown in New Jersey, we have a Chinatown in Queens. So in these places you always find this status, this little imagery related with the gods of good fortune and abundance and happiness. These 7 gods are very important in history because they are expression of history and culture. At least one of those gods is really a goddess. Most of the people don't know that, and most of the time they are 7, but also exists an 8th one that people don't know too much, because most of the time people don't memorize the names of these gods and goddesses. Also, these 7 gods, 3 of them are not Japanese gods. They are expression of Hindu gods and goddesses who was bring to the culture, and they represent different periods of history. Each one of these 7 gods comes from a different period of the Japanese history, of the Japanese lore, or the Japanese folklore. So they bring this god from India, they bring this god from China, they bring this god from Taiwan, and they bring these different gods from different places in different periods of history, and in the end they have these 7 magical gods that if you keep very close in the status in your home, they will bring you good fortune and good luck. Most of the people buy these little packs of very nice ceramics with the status, but they don't know their names. But I think that for the gods it's not so really important. Sometimes I'm just assuming, I don't speak in the name of them. Also, I'm not a Japanese person, so I'm totally not totally qualified to speak about it. I just read the history. I'm not in the cult of their gods. But it's a very interesting episode on history, because they represent how cultures evolve about money and abundance. Some of these gods were monks Some of these gods were monks from different parts of Japan, and these monks comes to different cities, traveling around, bringing prayings, bringing the cult to their own gods, being Hinduist or Buddhist. And when they do that, they were venerated for the people in the places. So when they die, they started to be venerated in their tombs, like gods or some kind of avatars that express the good fortune. Because for the people was, oh, this traveler, this very nice traveler, this immigrant, come from another part of the country or from another country, speaking a different language, and they bring with their prayings, their cult, they speak about gods and goddesses, and they starting to have followers. And when they die, people are starting to venerate them and create temples in their names. So this happened over and over and over, and in the end you have 7 powerful gods with similar backgrounds but totally different between them, from different countries. And all of these gods work perfectly together, like expressions of or manifestations of the money, the abundance, and good fortune, because they bring this good fortune and acknowledgement about how to receive opportunities, how to take opportunities, how to find your goals in life. They make all of this work and they work perfectly together, but all of them has a similar background in a different country. Those are the 7 gods of good fortune. It's a very beautiful example of paganism in the history. We have these different gods, and also we have, for example, Abundancia, who comes from Rome. We have I have so many in this moment in my mind, but I don't want to put all the examples. We have Ceres. Ceres is the goddess of the cereals, the goddess of the food. And in a moment of war in the old Italy, in the old land, cereal was a very expensive way to make money. No, not a very expensive food, never was. But it was a very expensive way to make money because the tolls over the war related with cereals, which sell and buy cereals, was very expensive, more than the cereals. So just some people very related with high hierarchy in Italy can sell cereals to the people, to the towns, because cereal was practically the first aliment, including oats, for the soldiers in the war. They need to bring all of these very big bowls or bags full of cereals for the war. So it was very expensive, the toast that they put in there. So in the end, who end praying the people for the cereals, for has the money to find cereals at a very good price? To Ceres, the goddess of the cereals. They're trying to bring more cereals, so in that way the price could be less expensive. The cereals can be around all the countries, so are more easy to find. If you are starting to sow your own cereals in your home, you can sell to the government or to the soldiers, or in some way private companies in that era, in that age. So it's a lot of money, it's a lot of transactions related with this goddess. So for some people, it's, oh yeah, she is the goddess of the cereals. Yeah, but you are avoiding all the conception of this, all the context about the cereals in that age that was so important in that moment. So when you work with these gods and goddesses related with money, with abundance, with prosperity, it's very important to know the history, because probably you have gods and goddesses about in the aspect or topic of money and abundance in your country, but you don't know the history. I'm not saying that you don't know, but can happen. Many times we avoid all the facts related with them. For example, why is Athena the goddess of war? Or why is Ares a god of the war? Or why is Hades a god of the underworld? All of this has very nice histories that you can learn and experiment for yourself when you are in the cult to all of these different gods and goddesses. Angels work very well with abundance, because the work of the angels, being messengers, is try to save you in some way and also bring you some information, some wisdom. So what they do is work work with yourself, but for yourself. That is essentially what they do. But it's not working for yourself like you are a king. Not. They are working for yourself to save you in some way. That is what essentially says all the folklore around them. So in metaphysics, we have these 7 rays of light, and every ray of light is related with a different angel or archangel, depending of the brand of metaphysics that you choose. Is the common metaphysics, and also is the Christian metaphysics. In common metaphysics, you have angels and archangels. In Christian metaphysics, you have just archangels in each one of the 7 rays, and every one of these rays represent a lot of different aspects of the universe, and the essential God, and the male divinity, and the prosperity of the universe in some way. You have the pink ray, you have the blue ray, you have the golden ray, and each one of those has a different archangel, a different angel in charge of that energy. The archangel Zadkiel, the archangel Jophiel, the archangel Raphael, Miguel, and all of them. And each one has each one of them is the ruler of each one of these aspects, colors, elements. For example, the golden ray, the yellow golden ray, is related with money, but also related with healing, with wisdom, with deep understanding about what matters in life, with growing yourself. And many people try to pray to these angels to bring different things or feelings in their life. Like, let me pray to Jophiel to bring love. Let me pray to Miguel to feel safe. Let me pray to Zadkiel to fix or find a solution to these family matters. So many archangels and angels are also related with abundance. So it's very important to know which one will work better for you, or with which one you will feel more comfortable working. Also, we have other kind of spirits, fairies related with abundance in different cults. That depends on you. I just speak of the things that I know. I don't speak about other topics. So try to find which gods, goddesses, spirits work, or orishas work better for yourself in the aspect of money, energy, and abundance. Which one of them is able to work with you in the place where you are, and with which one you feel comfortable. For example, I has this probably I overdid, but I like to memorize the prayers in the original language. I try to pray to these different gods in different languages. I try to memorize how is the correct pronunciation of each word. I try to translate each word to know exactly what this means, but also try to understand how to pronounce that, not just to translate to English, because I am the person asking for a favor many times. So I need to have a little respect for you and know how to pronounce your language and ask you the favor in your language. That is something that I like to do. That makes me, Elohim, feels comfortable. So what makes you feel comfortable to work with a god or goddess related with money of abundance? Oh, I like to work with this goddess of abundance because my mother prayed to Oshun, so I feel very comfortable, very nostalgic in there. I feel safe in there. Oh, I prefer work with Jupiter, a very valid option, like a god of abundance. Why? Oh, because I read so much about Greek mythology, and I evolved from there to Roman mythology. I see all of the how the history changed the aspect of the god, and now it's more related with the abundance, with the greatness of the kingdom, with the big kings, with the higher power. So I want to work with Jupiter for that reason. So it's a very valid option too. So if that makes you feel comfortable with him, try to work with him. So it's essentially that. It's one of the things that I choose to teach in my book Manifestation Magic. So choose with which one you feel more comfortable and work with them. Everyone that you find your path from this world or from beyond is able to help you in some way. Sometimes saying no to take you in a different direction, sometimes saying yes and just like I was expecting for you. So that's all for now. I don't have more space, I think, in the smartphone to make more videos in this moment. I will try to record a little more later for more material. Stay safe, stay well, and very, very important, the most important, be kind. Bye.